Alright, Dexter, you know the drill at this point. I come home and try to see what creepy thing you're up to now. Like, standing in front of the door that's open every time I arrive.
Daddy's working for a mob boss, but you're still a good boy.
That's right. If somebody was coming in here and bugging the house while I was away, you'd tell me, right? Let's be real, Big Jim is omnipotent. Hello, everyone! And welcome back, once again, to Crime Scene Cleaner. I almost said Gary's mod. I swear, this isn't the sleep-deprived version this time. I'm up just as late, I just am not tired. And it's time for us to get to bed. Last time we had an absolute marathon of a cleaning job, an entire museum with 10 bodies. And as some of you rightly pointed out, it seems like the winner of that whole thing, or at least the would-be winner, actually managed to turn the tables. So, you know, I'm kind of rooting for them at this point. I guess with all that's going on, I have kind of a bias against powers pitting little guys against each other. Big Jim's warehouse.
I've been working so hard for this moment. And now, everything is finally ready. You really thought you could get away with killing my daughter? No, no, no. It's time you learned your lesson. Boys, let's get this party started.
Oh good, my hands are back.
Is it okay to keep doing this, Dexter? Working in such a despicable profession. How can I even put a stop to this?
I don't know, but you better figure something out soon. I worry that the environment matches the pace of the story. That something really big is going to happen soon.
It's Jim. Some lazy workers tried to screw me over, so now they are dead. I have no intention of dealing with that shit again. Do you know how hard it is to find loyal employees nowadays? So how's it gonna be, Kowalski? Are you more loyal than the guys whose corpses you'll be collecting? I believe so. Check your email for details.
Each one of your tasks makes me more of a corpse, Jim.
Honestly, I was kinda hoping something more would come of this uprising. I just hope that our last job involves disposing of your corpse. Otherwise, it's probably gonna be mine, or worse yet, Elena's. I mean, I guess we just saw firsthand he is willing to do such things. I'm glad to see we're making light of some of the horrors if we can't be rid of them. Elena says, these are the final weeks. Hi, Dad. The doctors told me that these are the final weeks of my treatment. I'm excited, but also nervous. I know it's not over yet, but I can see the finish line. I'm trying to stay positive and take it one day at a time. I can't wait to be home with you, and I know Dexter is probably waiting for me too. Love you. Warehouse cleanup. Oh my god, 13 bodies. There's a warehouse to clean outside the town. Riot. Some guy infiltrated the premises and incited other workers to take over the factory. Totally ungrateful. Disloyalty is a deadly disease. Luckily, I got some of my guys nearby. Didn't take them long to come and put them in their place. If workers don't want to work, they might as well be dead. This place should be easy to clean. Remote location, access to running water, almost no furniture. Okay, so when you say easy, call in dead. Well, let's rush over there in the storm to load up our trucks with dead bodies. God, we really have become just a ghoul, huh? Now, before we get out there, let's have a look at our skill tree and see how we can improve. We've got 16 points to spend. A lot of these upgrades are mutually exclusive. Carrying an additional mop would probably be the most useful, and it only costs 1. Mop and sponge can no longer leave stains. Well, that's nice. We've already got the rest of this. The pressure washer saw a lot more use last time. Increases all stats by 35%. Yes, please. Especially in a place like this that may not have furniture. Increased tank capacity would also be good. Water. I don't care about detergents, really. But an additional bucket would be nice. Ozonator. Weakens nearby stains in time, making them easier to clean. I'm curious about that one. I had never taken notice of it. And really, that's probably all we're going to be able to get right now. I don't know if anything's going to cost 1. So, let's get going. All the way to the outskirts. Big Jim's warehouse workers started a rebellion and tried to take over. The place turned into a full-fledged battlefield. The thing is, all of this is within Big Jim's own organizations and connections, so every time something like this happens, he is getting weaker, even if he wins. I really hope that some of these bodies will be those that the workers took with them. It looks like he's climbing to the top, but what we're really watching, I think, is the collapse of his empire.
Long night.
And it's mainly due to his own paranoia.
This was the moment when Big Jim was at his weakest. With so many people going after his ass, he needed to make a choice. If not, there probably wouldn't be anything else to anticipate but his imminent downfall. I'm here.
Good. Now listen. The power is down, so find a way to turn it back on. It will help you a lot with your job. Obviously, when one thing goes wrong, more disasters have to follow. Those fools must have broken something.
Next to cleaner, I should definitely add electrician to my CV.
Just want to point out right here how much I love this. I love the idea of establishing the atmosphere at home, even if we're relatively insulated from this storm inside. Not only does it give a sense of danger and that things are coming to a head, but it does also add to the comfy factor of being here all alone doing this job. Whatever was going on, it doesn't seem like it reached down here. But in a game like this, I really don't expect this to be a nothing area. If anything, there's just a lot of room to hide secrets. Especially since this is Big Jim's warehouse. We're going through his stuff. I wonder what he'll have to say about us taking some items off the top. We can interact with the elevator, but it doesn't seem like we can use it right now, because of course the power is out.
Closed. I need to go another way.
Okay, how do we achieve that? Are you telling me you want me to break this? Hang on. I don't know why I thought that would work. We can go up the stairs. Is there anything heavier I can pick up? Like, is there anything in this box, or would I just be throwing cardboard? Can't pick up the toolbox. Yep. Okay, I think my current method is not going to work. Man, it is deathly silent in here, isn't it? And that's not me trying to make a joke. I mean, this actually is a little bit creepy as well as comfy. There, look at that. We're stealing before we've even seen a drop of blood. Although not by long.
No need to look for the bodies.
Yeah, once more, getting the power back on is going to make this easier.
Well armed for a worker.
Hopefully that means you were able to do some work.
Possibly happened that made them so desperate. I wonder.
Every one of these jobs has been meant to make us reflect on our own position within this hierarchy. I don't think it's ever been as clear as right now. Okay, let's toss you back here. This isn't good. We don't even have, like, a tarp back there or anything. We're really just tossing you in the bed? I hope something better will come out of this. There is a vent cover back there. Okay, no, there's got to be some way to get through here. There's got to be some way we can turn on that power.
I have to go around.
Is there any way we can drop down? Okay, well, I guess I'll just have a look then. Oops. Remember, as always, the first thing is to find a source of water. Oops. Yeah, I mean, you really do owe me for this, so... This stuff is out in the open, making it legally mine. Power supply, it's gotta be down there somewhere. Oh my god, this place is gigantic.
The power switch should be around here, somewhere.
Purple for lights, yellow for crane, blue for hatches, green for fast belt, and orange for elevator. This is actually important. Oh my god. Don't do that, please. Also locked. So, we've got the creepy basement and the abandoned warehouse with the lights dimmed from loss of power in a storm. This is a workplace horror story waiting to happen. I mean, let's be real, my workplace is always a horror story in this game, and we can punch through the vent. Alright, it looks like that's done it. So, what about you? Oh wait, no, obviously, we have to try the katana that we got from the museum, right? There we go. And let's switch to our... Where do we go for a garbage can? Yep. Let's just take those right now. Oh, I probably don't need to take this stuff.
The vents look cleaner in the movies.
Hey, just be happy you can be supported by this thing. What is that? Is that a fish skeleton display? Ooh, and a brick of cocaine and a whole roll of cash. Between them, let's see what's the most valuable. $50 for the fish, $300 in cash, and $700 for the brick. Brick wins. Anybody shocked? I mean, that is impressive maneuvering. And look, with that thing, you're equipped to take down Big Jim. You've clearly got the moves. Don't forget to water plants and yourself. You know what? I'm going to take a sip right now. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. Who is this person? Like, they have been essentially the Ratman of this game. Only a lot more constructive. There we go. Now we have a shortcut.
This job is the best. Nothing out of the ordinary ever happens, so I have a lot spare time to take care of my plans. Thanks for believing me. Now, I have to go for a quick round to give off the impression of a very busy person. See you soon, ma'am.
Nothing out of the ordinary ever happens.
Well, you're certainly paid well. Were you trying to microwave a can of beef? They were certainly trying to make something out of the ordinary happen. Is there anything else here we can get at? Oh, well, there'll be plenty of time to look around later. Meanwhile, let's get back upstairs and get to work. Wow, I haven't even really started yet, aside from removing one of 13 bodies. Let's pick up those shell casings and get to work. Alright, we can't even fill these until we find a water source. Footprints moving over to here. Like somebody came in, shot that first worker, and then walked over their body around the corner. Maybe fired some more shots in this direction?
I can dump bodies down this hatch, if I can get it to open.
Colorful boxes. Did they maybe even use the forklifts in this little rebellion?
Will I have to put it all back?
It looks like it. Lots of documentation, lots of cash left around. Maybe Big Jim won't notice. I really like how in these larger levels, and even in the smaller ones to an extent, it feels almost as much like a detective game as a cleaner. I think that's something that's really cool about this formula. One of the major additions isn't just the premise, but also the way it merges with story, and the way it allows you to explore and really dive into these environments beyond just doing your job. Nothing in the first aid kit. Anybody die in the stalls? I need to know these things. I'm the cleaner. Nope. Okay, I guess we're good then. This way with you. We'll start up here, and we'll work our way out. Actually, this would be a perfect place for the power washer, wouldn't it? So let's bring that out. Ooh, heating cannon increases pressure washer's strength over time. Alright, let's try it. That is pretty good. Those tire marks are a little bit more stubborn, but overall, extremely powerful, especially for dealing with a wide area. I'm not taking my time with it because we have such limited water, but even that seems to have been improved a fair bit, which of course we know it was. There we are. Did we? I think we increased the tank capacity as well. Oh, I mean, actually, if we look at the pressure washer itself, we took like 75% of what's in there. So maybe that's a big part of why. Maybe more of it is in the washer itself. There we go. And just like that, all gone. Perfect. Perfect time to run out. Oh, I see. We're draining directly from it. Huh. Alright, well anyway, we can go fill you up because that's right here. But we don't need to concern ourselves with that right now. Right now, let's get all this out of the way. Oh man, are you going to want me to put all this back on the shelves? I mean, I guess we could leave it here, just if we wanted to be thorough about it. Oh man, we got our work cut out for us. There's another body.
It won't move like this.
Oh, come on. This way. Maybe I should have waited to remove this guy's corpse first. Speaking of the corpses, I should probably see how we get that hatch open. You might be one of the goons. Alright, there must be a control panel somewhere, right? Maybe in some kind of upper office? We could also just keep cleaning blood. Oh, no, you do go on the shelves. Maybe the right boxes have to go in the right places. That would sort of make sense. Okay, I was afraid of that, but at least it's going to be easier to put this stuff back. There we go. I think this time it's going to be really, really important to make sure we take it one step at a time. That was our issue with the last part, was that, like, due to the convoluted nature of the artifacts, we had to keep going back and forth between different areas, and it made it really hard to focus. Okay, so you guys probably go on green shelves, which we can't move until you're away. Were you run over by the forklift?
Completely flattened. These workers really did put up some fight.
Yeah, if the game graphics wanted to, this could be a lot more gruesome. They tried to kill me with a forklift. Anyway, down here. I don't have a convenient body chute for now, but I'm working on making it happen. Oops. There you go. Oh, you're doing the thing again where you get stuck in the hatch. There you are. Oh, it is so liberating to run after dropping the body. It's like you've lost a whole person of weight. Location unlocked. Was that just due to me getting closer? But this is interesting, though, because the last part was all about the artifacts, and this one, it's much more about, like, just pure cleaning. It's kind of the inversion, even if it is a counterpart in being a huge space with a lot of corpses. I can't make you work. I think if I get the belt going, then that'll probably open the hatch, right? And there's somebody in the back of that truck there. Hall, first floor. Oh, look at you. Green key card.
Looks like an access card.
You were trying to get out of there, but maybe you're our ticket in? There's another one right there. You guys barricaded this door. Great, perfect. That presents us with a conundrum. Control room. Thankfully, we find this wide open. Ah, I see. I see. Green goes in there. And that's all I have for the time being. So, turn that power on. And the belts begin moving again. But the hatch won't automatically open. Alright, so finding all that stuff just became a top priority. Malfunction notice. Due to a device malfunction, please do not use more than 3 panels simultaneously. If more than 3 panels are used, the entire system will shut down within seconds and will need to be restored from downstairs. We've scheduled an electrician to fix the issue, and he will come tomorrow in a few days, soon. How can you live like this? That is some exceptionally poor quality of life. Here's where the elevator comes out to. We can't open this but for hacking. Pro.
Fuck me.
Wait, there we go, pro.
I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Another one.
And there's blue. Wow, this is a really cool environment. I feel like what's happening here is it's taking all the best aspects of the open-endedness of this game and combining it with a truly fun cleaning experience, too. And what I mean by that is, it can be interesting as a challenge to have to be really careful using the sponge to get around like really complicated things. But a lot of the time, I just like seeing a big mess and going to town with a mop, and this kind of allows for that. Movie nights every Friday. Mandatory. Relaxing OHS movies first. Later, more movies. Bring snacks. P.S. We gather at the old TV room above the power supply. F you, John. And some kind of cactus.
First things first, gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
Must have been left by the hydration guy. Anyway, if we... Oh, we can't move that.
I should clean it
Yeah.
first.
Let's put some of our... Let's put some of our cleaning ninja skills to the test. I believe we were confirmed when we got our katana. There we go. Yep. Oh, come on. So, how's this working out? I'm just trying to open up as many connections as possible. So, it was blue for hatches. Yes, that's the next thing we need. Presumably that includes you. Oh, no. I just realized as soon as this opens, you're going to get sent down the line, aren't you? Oh, and look at that. I can control the speed from here. And the direction. And I can stop you entirely, even if the line is still powered. Okie dokie, okie dokie. So that means that I can go back and open the hatches without having to worry about rogue elements getting smeared all across the factory. Which is a primary concern of mine at the moment. Any doors we can't open are also a concern. Use a maximum of 3 panels at one time. Okay, so this will be number 3. There we go. Okay, now there's a lot of bodies in here. And why do I even want to... Excuse me, don't shake your head at me. No, why do I even want to stop this line if they're all just going to get deposited at the bottom of that hatch? Then, by all means, let's use this. Let's mechanize the process.
Was it shot unintentionally or on purpose?
And they certainly made a mess of this, didn't they? I guess it depends on who it did more damage to. It's kind of hard to tell who's who when the only way we have to tell is with blood smears all over the room. And copious amounts of fire damage and ash. There you go. Let's start loading everybody up and then send them off. Actually, where is everybody? You're already on the line. You know what? I'm going to pick you up because there's probably dialogue for each of you.
That looks like a serious injury.
Sure thing. Oh, I gotta go get the power washer for this. You know what? I'm gonna go with accidental discharge right now because, look, it was a chain reaction, exploded a whole bunch of barrels that were being placed against this door. You guys were trying to barricade yourselves up here for a last stand, and you kind of took care of
An
yourselves.
explosion, along with all the electricity.
Yep. At the end of the day, these guys weren't trained fighters, and they were going up against people who were. Well, those look like valuable treasures. Where did you get these things, Big Jim? I mean, if this is the stuff we're finding just out and about, imagine what must be in these crates. Weapons, drugs, all kinds of things that I could probably sell for a pretty neat profit. Feel like I'd have some left over after Elena's medical bills. Is it unethical to think like that? I like to think not. Anyway, let's start sending you down. And hopefully this does what I want it to. In the meantime, there's more exploration to be done up here. I just noticed that blood smeared all along the wall back there. And I still haven't figured out just where those bodies are actually landing. Wherever it is, there's going to be a pretty sizable puddle. Another of these black skulls. Well, $300 is $300. That's quite a piece you got there.
Facing the man above, he must have been the one who shot him.
Mutual kill. I mean, it makes sense. Our guys tried to hold the high ground and shoot down at Big Jim's guys as they came in from the lower floors. It seems like they did inflict some casualties, but honestly, I feel like this should have been an easy win. There you go. Of course, I wasn't there. We may as well be picking up as many of these shell casings as possible as we go, since we do have the ability to send everything down. I also really like how this level has that convenience feature built into its architecture. How we actually have to restore this stuff, not because we have to as an objective arbitrarily, but simply because it makes our job easier. It kind of feels like we're playing the infra version of this game right now, but it's really, really cool. There must be some way to that other side. Can we perhaps stack things? Oh no, we probably come down from up there. Alright. Alright, and we only have the one power washer. So let's ride this thing down then. Whee! Look at us taking off. Thankfully, we don't seem to be losing our balance. Now, where do you guys actually end up? Straight down into the pickup bed. That is so cool. That is, we could not have asked for a more convenient parking spot. Now, this is service. You don't all bag yourselves up, but that's okay. We'll work on that. We just need to do a little bit more employee training is all. This map is so cool. Now, yeah, our one mop was full, but this one is not. There's got to be more places where we can fill up our buckets, though, right? Because we can't rely on the power washer for everything. We're going to be making a lot of trips no matter what. That's both of them full. You can
That must be one of Big Jim's guys.
Yep, you can be tossed right down. Yep, away you go. And the confirmation sound confirms we boxed you right up. See, this is an efficient operation. This is why Big Jim was able to get to where he is in life. Although, maybe we'd like to stop a little before his point, the point where you at least perceive that everyone is trying to take it from you. You died defending the priceless art. And in the end, you became part of it. Come on, let me up.
The man needed to pay for rent. He ended up paying with his own life.
Yeah. Does that cause you to do any reflection? I mean, I'm trying to be quippy here, but of course the whole point is that we never really had a choice. It was the system that made all this necessary in the first place. Yep. One might even say they're trying to draw the parallel that the healthcare industry is sort of like working for a mob boss. There you go. You must have bounced out of the truck. Okay, well, that body is already gone. I believe I left my thing over here. Yes, thank you. And we have a bucket this way. Now, I always say that I play these games because I can just kind of take the time and speak my mind a little bit, and that's still very much true. But the last couple of parts, really, there's been so much going on in the level itself and the story that I've mostly stayed focused on the game. And not that there's anything wrong with that, it certainly makes things easier for me. But I think my mind is going to get to wander a little bit here, and I may not be sleep deprived, but get ready for a schizo rant, because I got a big one coming. So, Disney's Zombies, right? I've been thinking about this a lot recently. It's this sort of, I think there's like a series, but it's a series of movies on Disney Channel that's basically High School Musical in a high school that has like humans, but also zombies and werewolves, and I think there's like aliens at some point. And it's this whole huge franchise. It's one of those things that like I had never heard of, but that's because I'm out of touch with the kids. A couple of years ago at Thanksgiving, they were showing a marathon on Disney, and I was just kind of downstairs watching it with my cousins, and, you know, we're doing the thing where it's like, oh, we're watching a kid's movie, and we're just kind of like making fun of it as it goes, but it was a pretty innocuous Disney movie. It is sort of out there in that it's, you know, a pretty obvious, like, racism and segregation allegory where, like, all the human kids don't like the zombies who were, I think they were created in, like, a chemical accident at a plant, and that industrial area kind of became their part of town, which, like, furthers the segregation idea. But the thing is, it's like, it's really unfortunate in the way they portray it, because I think, like, it wasn't their fault. I think somebody was manipulating it, but part of the narrative is that zombies have a tendency to just go feral and attack people, which, like, if you're gonna be an allegory, maybe don't undermine your whole point by introducing a plot element like that for the sake of entertainment. But that's not even the worst of it. No, no, no. And I'm not saying this to be all like, oh, I think Disney's being really insensitive in their portrayal of these topics. I'm saying this because it is probably the hardest I've ever laughed at a Disney film in my entire life, just because of how comically it botches all of this. But that's not the worst part. No, no, no. The worst part was in one of the songs. I believe it was in Zombies 2. When they hit us with Zigga. We all laughed for like 45 minutes straight. We went back, we were looking up online, like, did we hear that right? Because before it was merely funny, that was the moment that elevated it to an unintentionally funny masterpiece. And I think it's because, like, we went on the Zombies wiki for this, and it's because there's like a whole zombie language that just sort of like uses syllables like that, but
Cleaning comes before fixing.
they had to know. They had to know what they were doing, right? There's no way that somebody wrote that in the script obliviously, and then it went through the whole, like, editing and revising process, and then it got to the point of people actually delivering the lines on camera, and nobody noticed in the kind of story that they're telling. The way my brother described it was really great, which is, he imagines that the person who wrote it thought, like, okay, this is going to be the funniest thing ever, but I'm probably going to get fired for even suggesting it. And against all expectations, it actually got through the scriptwriting process. And the moment where they were on set watching that number about to be performed was like in Oppenheimer, the moment leading up to the atomic bomb detonating. These are the kind of things I think about when my mind is allowed to wander, which is why you should be really, really grateful that in most videos it doesn't get to. But honestly, children's movies, and especially newer Disney movies, are great to just grab a couple of friends and give them the Mystery Science Theater treatment. And I acknowledge that, like, movies get an unfair treatment when you do that. Like, I'm sure it's fine, the kids love it, and honestly, it's a pretty impressive production in terms of, like, the visuals and the dance numbers. It's fine, it's fun. But you can really pick these things apart
I'm not
endlessly.
colorblind.
Yeah, good thing, huh? Looks like your joyride was effective, but ended in an unfortunate stoppage.
You can't park here, mate.
Alright. I know somewhere you can park, though. Let's see if we can do this right. If I toss you over the railing, you'll land right there. No, don't go over. Ah. You guys always wedge yourselves in a dramatic position. Alright, off you go. There we are. See, you stuck the landing that time. Okay, where do we put you? Because all these shelves are up, and I'm starting to run out of free spaces in the correct colors. Let me put you down low? No. Up high? Also no. What's the deal, then? Unless there's... well, the blue ones can go over here. Yep. You? Is there another? Oh, wait, no, there's a slot. There's a slot.
I hate my life.
I would too. I mean, come on, we're here to clean blood, right? Boxes? That is so boring. There's got to be another blue box somewhere, and I really hope I didn't throw it somewhere stupid. Well, here's a red one here. There you go. Blue box. Reward for missing blue box. I'll feel a whole lot better about navigating this once we've got all this done. In fact, I think this will be a good place for the UV lamp, because there's a lot of little crannies, especially on all these boxes where blood can be hidden. Yep. Nope, come on. Alright, that moves you too. Yep. I'd forgotten you were so prone to physics bumping. But this power washer, I've really been missing out by not using it. It's probably better in these bigger spaces, simply because, like, it doesn't do well in the more delicate environments. But there are still surely times where I could have put it to better use. I don't want to sound hysterical, but Disney's zombies movies are like the Mississippi Burning of children's films. And I'll stand by that. The rest of you. I don't think it's going to hold out through all of this. It's not even the blood, it's the tire tracks. Yep. Alright, well that's alright. We can switch to the mop for a little bit. This might actually be a little bit stronger against that stuff. Not really, you know? Not really. I'm actually kind of surprised that there's mutually exclusive perks in this game, because it's not the kind of thing where you would have multiple saves. It seems like the kind of thing where you would have one save, and if you want to replay something, you'll just do it on here and have extra points. So it's like, do they really expect you to start a whole new game if you're trying something new? I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not like you lose access to entire features, but it's still kind of a strange choice. There you go. Still a little bit down there. And we can always wave over with the blue, the UV light filter. Come on. This is actually, in having to sort these things out, it's actually feeling a lot like Viscera cleanup detail. Look at that, we've already put back 53 out of 65 objects. Oh, well that's just right here. That makes more sense, that's only in this area. So it's actually probably more objects than the museum, just less confusing about it. Look at you trying to hide out. No, no, no. You go in here. Come on. There you go. Right, what say you? Anything still down there? Oh, I'll tell you what's still down there. A missing tank. There you go. And there you go. So satisfying. This very much feels like a job for the power washer. You come with me. This seemed really easy, and it's not the hardest thing, but it's only now I'm realizing we haven't even fully explored this warehouse yet. Only the essentials to get ourselves moving. And we're still, like, cleaning up this one first area. Oh yeah, this is the way to go with this. Absolutely. All this paint splashed everywhere. I only recently managed to beat Power Washer Simulator, just playing it in my free time over the course of like a year and a half. And it's great, it's a lot of fun, it's a great Zen game. But I think what it's missing is murder. There needs to be more of an edge to it. That's what modern audiences want. I feel like I would be a good producer. Okay, you're completely out. I'll be honest, I kind of wasted it at the end there. That's okay, because we're almost done. Wipe all blood. I'm pretty sure blood is just going to count as, like, anything wipeable. There is also a substantial amount of blood up here, so we got to worry about that as well. Okay, katana time. Although the axe probably makes more sense in this situation. Look at this thing crumble. Somebody put an unnecessary amount of work into that, and God bless them. Yep. Let's toss all you guys back there. Oh wow, this all has to go. Thank you. Let's make sure we remember to combine bags, too. That's something I learned way too late in this game. And you. Now we're just missing a couple of additional pieces. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be more of these blue canisters. They've got to be hidden around here somewhere. Down you go. Blue canisters. Look under and over shelves. The blood is gone. These are the big ones, too, that still have the hand truck attached, so they shouldn't be too hard to find. Oh, we've actually got to back you back into place. There you go.
Forklift certified.
Oh no, if you were forklift certified, you would never stop telling me about how you're forklift certified. But I'm still having... Oh, wait. If we were to go over here and press Q... Yeah, it's two of these things. Well, you're just not placed correctly. We still gotta find that blue box. And one of these tanks. But where could they be? We wouldn't have been so careless in the beginning as to throw them over the edge, would we? So what are we looking for? Oh, right here in plain sight. That's why. Okay, there you go. Which means the same is probably true of one of these boxes. Well, except that wouldn't really be the case. We're not talking about something that's just slightly misplaced because, well, there's still a whole open space. That's gonna really bother me. I'm just checking at this point to see if one of them possibly ended up down here. I don't think that is possible, but I still have to check. That is not where I needed you, sir. No. Get in the bed. It is so cluttered back here. It's unbelievable. Once more, imagine getting pulled over on the highway with 13 bodies in your trunk and having to be like, you're not going to believe this, but I didn't do it. Okay, yeah, no, I Googled it.
Nothing shall get past me.
And I'm really glad I did, because this would have been one of those things that sticks me for like an hour of additional time. There you go. Cleaned. Oh my god. Game, stop doing stuff like that. And now we take care of what's down here. Once again, starting with this, because the problem with shell casings, they're gonna get pushed to...
Someone here returned fire.
Yep, already established. They're gonna get pushed to the far corners of the universe if I start now. Okay, you, come with me. It's a good thing we're not getting blood on the conveyor belts, or we'd never see the end of this night. It's crazy because the warehouse workers that keep this going, the soldiers who keep the workers in check, the business partners and associates, hitmen and underlings, we've kind of become the most useful person to Big Jim, simply out of necessity. We're actually probably among the least loyal, and yet he sees us as the most because, well, we're the one who bails him out of these jams. If we didn't do this, he'd actually be in a lot of trouble. But we can't afford for him to be in trouble. At least not for now. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. Place you here. I don't know what there were so many glasses doing here, but I guess that's not for me to judge. Thank you. So this place is becoming more walkable already. Just needed a little bit of TLC. You know what I would really like? And this sort of exists in the form of House Flipper, but it's not the core focus. I would love a game where you rehab abandoned structures. I think that would be a huge amount of fun, because, well, it's exactly like these larger maps. You come in and you take one look at it and you're like, there's no way. This would take an absurd amount of time. But you start taking it piece by piece, you take pride in the pieces you have finished, and over time, even if it's over multiple sessions, you eventually get something that looks nothing like how it started in a good way. And that's really what these Zen games are all about. It's about looking at an insurmountable task and then eventually being able to look back after just, you know, having something on your other monitor or listening to music and being like, you know, I've been really relaxed this entire time and I accomplished something. It's almost like getting stuff done in your sleep in that way. If I weren't doing this, I really do think I would like being a night janitor at like a high school or some business. And the bigger the better, you know? I don't mind being up all night. I take satisfaction in doing a good job with something like that and being able to set things right. That's the whole appeal of this genre, is that a lot of people do. Although I will say I do have massive disdain for those people who will, like, deliberately make more of a mess than they need to and be like, well, it's their job to clean it. That person can die. Okay, now we're going to need all these broken so that I can pick them up. That is a really sturdy glass, and it deserves to live. Right over here. Look at that. Did somebody use this in self-defense? I don't remember if there was a body here before. I mean, I suppose there must have been. Where do you go? Wait, have I been inside this trailer before? Nope, because I would have found these keys. TV room. Wasn't I already there? Alright, well, I guess I'll collect from the poker pot. Reminder, no talking and no questions to the supervisors. Only answer if asked. Keep packages sorted. No fighting. Container contents can go boom. I can yell as much as I want. You can't. Good work equals good pay. Again, keep your mouths shut. Signed, the boss. Or rather, the boos.
The disaster was
Yep. That's the thing about wielding power. The more you have, the less you need to use. And using force to keep people in line kind of betrays how weak he actually feels. He thinks he's surrounded by snakes ready to bite him at any time. And so he acts scared. Not powerful, scared. There we go. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense for glasses to be here. It makes sense that there's legitimate businesses being run alongside all the illicit stuff. I mean, that's kind of how these things work. Do I still have the power washer? Yes, there you are. Still got to move something back. And where's that lamp? Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, it would probably be a lot better at this point for me to slow this thing down. There we go. Just keep it at a slow crawl. There's no reason why it has to be fast. Look at that, the way that huge mess just melts away as you move your mouse back and forth. It just feels good to play. That's what's so great about it. Okay, time for another refill. I think we established, right, we can't refill these from buckets. I think we tried that in the last part. But this entrance area is slowly but surely clearing itself out. Once again, I have to ask the question of what would it be like if authorities were to come investigate this place now? Because there's a lot of evidence still left behind, but it would tell a much less complete story, mainly the fact that there's a lot of blood still here, but hardly any bodies. Well, 5 bodies is... It shows how desensitized we've gotten when I'm like, yeah, 5 corpses, that's like hardly any. Like, I find that on the couch when I'm looking for change. Big Jim certainly does. Okay, there you go. That's only 77% of all blood, but I guess that's for the entire floor. Alright, I think it's about time we did some more exploring down here, because we have been all out of order. Thankfully, most of this is empty space. But there's still plenty of things I want to open up. There we go. Oh, this is the TV room. It was mistake. What do you mean? My God. That is way too disturbingly realistic. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was Tim Robinson at first. Up and down, new story item. Like a musician mastering the ups and downs of a composition, a leader adeptly navigates the complexities of societal dynamics and geopolitical challenges. Well, let's give it a listen then, right? How do I always forget how to do this. Oh yeah, we're ready to mop some floors now. Great. Gotta save these priceless works of art. If only for resale. I mean, it seems like he deals in everything. Guns, drugs, art, and potentially his services as well. I mean, I imagine he got paid more than what I did for the jobs we did on behalf of his people. So this is what the management used as inspirational material, huh? That's the thing, is that, like, these lower people that eventually staged this revolt, they had very little idea of what actually goes on here. I mean, of course they knew probably that it was criminal, but the specifics still eluded them. Also, these look the same. They're reproductions.
They wanted to grab some things and run away. Had the whole escape planned.
On top of that, they wanted to steal my stuff. What cowards.
Have you been listening this whole time? Because everything I've been saying has been performance art, you know, for my One Act Festival that's coming up. You'll be there, right? Pack the paintings into the truck. This will be our skate and last payment. And please use this money for a fresh start. I'm on it. Not necessarily part of the uprising, just trying to take advantage of the chaos. No, so I might do the same thing. I guess they figured if they're gonna come down on everyone anyway, they might as well take their best bet. Okay, so now what are we doing? Well, first of all, we gotta clean the sponge. And let's go get this. We need to send everything upstairs. That's the main thing, and I need to once again go and turn off the copyrighted music. According to this, there's still 3 more tapes left to find. There's a lot that we haven't explored, and I'm like an hour into this. So upstairs we go. Is this really the only way to do it? Oh wait, where's the power washer? Where did I leave that thing? Okay, send... let's see where these things end up on something fairly low risk, like a U. Well, there's the power washer. Away we go. Good thing this thing can't spill, huh? Alright, well, now we've got the issue of cleaning up this big room. Yep. And yeah, this is going to be a lot of work. You're right over there. No matter. It's a good thing this character doesn't smoke, huh? Otherwise, there would have been a lot of opportunities for things to go south during our cleaning adventures. How would Big Jim explain that one? All of these things don't feel like calculated moves. They feel like things that happen in a rage, and he tries to justify himself afterwards, make it look like he's so calm and cool. Well, so much for that. There's gotta be someplace else we can fill up nearby. There's our light. I think what we really need is to do some more exploring right now. Because there's clearly a lot that I haven't seen. Can't open that door still. Can I perhaps get up onto those vents? No. We are still missing at least 2 key cards. So there's that.
Well, today is my turn.
Funny. Actually, that is kind of funny that it was somebody's task to clean this place before it was my task to clean this place. Very different context, though. Yep, come on. And this circles right back around to here. So it is one continuous loop.
Jim's reinforcements must have got to him.
Yeah, they put up a fight, but it seems like it was still fairly one-sided. Is that seriously the only place we can fill up? Anyway, I'm sending you up the river. Oh, hey, look at that. You actually did land right in the bed. This thing works better than I thought. Okay, you need to come back down. We can't rely on you so much. That's your downside. You're powerful but unreliable. We'll save you for the black stains. And the rest will be a very bucket-based economy. Yep. This game is all about the shortcuts. You gotta utilize them effectively to get the best time. So we'll send... Yep. We'll reverse the direction. Send you up. And take a full bucket with us. This really is the end of the line. So it's not like this goes anywhere higher up or more complicated. I'm a little bit confused because after all this, there's still a body up there, but that leaves several more unaccounted for. I don't know. In the meantime, let's just do our job and hope we figure out what we're doing along the way. Admittedly, I am kind of being more cautious with where I walk because I don't want to track bloodstains everywhere. But we're quickly running out of that as an excuse. Which I suppose is a good thing. Now, Ozonator. If we place you down...
So exciting.
Did you just talk to me?
Well.
Senpai,
Howdy do.
Greetings, mortal.
here.
Okay, you.
I'm starting to clean up. Work in progress.
That is so weird. That is really weird, but I guess you're useful to have in a place like this with all these difficult stains. How does that work exactly? I mean, I guess it's useful to put you down in some place we only intend to clean later. So I guess we could come over here. We should try breaking down those boxes. Is there a real, like, equivalent device to that in real life, or is that entirely made up for this game? Part of me is like, that can't be real. I mean, unless it's supposed to be just one of those air purifiers, but I don't think those make stains easier to clean. There we go. A lot of good work here. And then if that really does what it says it does, then the mop will probably be sufficient in that area. Okay. Not much left of you, though. No, we need our katana so we can break this down and open up doorways. That's the important thing. We are going to be sending so many trash bags down the line.
A textbook safety violation.
What's a textbook safety violation? piling all this stuff up in front of the door or swinging a katana to open these things. I don't think that's the recommended way of doing it, but neither is a piece of it floating in the air after destruction. Anyways, this is gonna be like 50 trash bags. Yep. Look at that, it just instantly fills up. Not only are there 1,000,001 pieces, but they're all huge, which I think also makes a difference. There we go. You know when you were younger and your parents asked you to clean your room and they were like, come on, you can make a game of it. And you would just kind of begrudgingly be like, okay. But you know, sometimes, just sometimes, you could actually come to enjoy it. Those people grew up and became game developers. I adore this genre. Turns out they got other people to like it as well, so maybe it's all just mom propaganda. Maybe I'm out of touch, but I just imagine a kid now getting caught playing this game by their parents. They walk in, there's like bodies on the floor and bullet holes in their heads. And they're like, Mom, you don't understand. It's a game where you clean. They would never believe them. You're done? Okay. You might have done something. I have no idea what your actual impact was. It feels like it may be a bit easier for the mop now. Honestly, with how much was here, it may have even removed some stuff. But that's kind of tough for me to tell. There we go. I'm telling you, Japanese technology, it's wild what it can do in our home. Or site of workplace goon massacre. There we go. Are you saying don't leave me alone? I'm sorry, that was cleaning you. That's not what I meant to do. If I pick you up and put you back down, you'll still just say 100%. I can't actually do anything more with you. Okay. Let's bring this over here then. There's plenty to do. It makes me nervous when I can see, like, the edges where I've punched a hole through the center of a stain. Because it makes me think that the fall off on the sides is so much that I won't be able to tell when there's a little bit left. I suppose that's the role of the UV lamp. I'd gotten so used to using the power washer for everything that I've kind of neglected the mop, and I'm almost indignant that I have to use it. Like, oh man, they really haven't balanced this right. Meanwhile, I've been using the mop for the entire game. It is meant to be the primary tool, clearly. Yep. Does the UV light... hang on. Oh, there is only the one. I thought I had done the thing to get a second one. Just because it's kind of hard to see on this glass. Is that a stain, or is that just the texture? Definitely looks stained. The blood goes easy, but the soot not so much. Oh, we have come a long way from mopping up one dead body off the floor of an apartment, haven't we? A long way. And for all we've seen, we still haven't unlocked any secrets. A place like this has got to be full of them. I can't tell if we fully cleaned the glass. I think we did.
Don't leave me alone.
I won't, don't you worry. Your voice is too adorable. There we go, that's everything. There's a couple of things that still need to be moved. Should be able to open you now as well. You back here. You back here. And that's all there is to it. Now, let's start sending you back down. And we start our own factory production line. No, there you go. I wonder if you can actually reach a point, like if you break too many things, where you actually can't fit all these things in the back of your truck. Like, will they just start stacking into each other, or will you actually run out of slots? Not worried about that now. I mean, I'm partly worried about how I access this room full of riches, so I'm kind of looking around for alternate ways in. But now I've cleaned a lot of what I have access to. Alright, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to grab you. And I'm going to put you down over here. And now I'm going to take this opportunity to cycle down and do everything. It gives us a convenient path to use, but it's anything but convenient having to worry about making trips to refill these things. Is that not good enough for you guys? That's sort of working. Thank you. Thank you for showing an example, Power Washer. Now I need to very quickly get down there before you all get tossed into the basement. Yep. Okay, leave you here. This is actually kind of a fun minigame now, isn't it? Power Washer should be here any moment. We gotta make sure it doesn't fall down. There you go. And everything that's meant to go down is sorted. Let's refill you as well. See, we gotta be efficient in our workflow, because now you're gonna be level 3 all the way back. And the power washer is getting placed straight back on. Now, with more people, this could be a well-oiled machine. But as it stands, Kowalski is on his own as always. This office should probably be the next thing. Honestly, it's a space more like the ones we're used to, which is why I'm kind of nervous about it. Because it's going to take a while, I think, no matter what. But we should be able to get started. God, just so many shots fired. So much damage. Just because I'm kind of looking for things to talk about at this point, you know what's another really bizarre movie besides Disney's Zombies? Cool Cat Saves the Kids. I seriously recommend you check this out because it has to be seen to be believed, but here's the I'm actually not sure if you can anymore, because Cool Cat Saves the Kids is a movie that is fraught with weird drama. Because its creator, Derek Savage, had... Well, I feel like people have kind of slowly left him over time, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. I should explain what Cool Cat Saves the Kids is. So basically, it's a character created by Derek Savage, who is the author of a number of children's books featuring this character, and he's basically just a tall orange cat. It's a guy in a mascot suit, and he just kind of shows kids different topics and teaches them lessons. Cool Cat Saves the Kids was about bullying, and it sort of touched on gun violence and all that stuff. And also a really weird tangent where they go to like the Hollywood parade and show off Derek Savage's Van Halen guitar. That whole sequence simply exists to show that, hey, I have this thing. I just realized there's a kid's lunchbox here in front of this laptop. I'm not going to read too much into that because it's probably a sad story and I'm in the middle of a funny one, I think, in my opinion. But anyway, Cool Cat Saves the Kids, it deals with bullying in the same way as, like, one of those educational videos they show you in school. But it's really clumsy about it. Like, it's so full of bad or naive advice with how to respond to things like cyberbullying or like somebody picking on you in person. And it just comes across as kind of pointless. It almost feels like it was created to have something for the character to do. It all feels very much for its own sake. And that is all like exemplified by the fact that there's a whole scene where it's just Derek Savage who plays Daddy Derek just kind of showing Cool Cat his guitar, and they do like a whole sequence with it. Like, why is that in the movie? And it takes like a significant chunk of time out of it too. And then it's immediately followed by this whole thing where they go and like they drive in the Hollywood parade, and it just stops the movie completely dead, and it's just there to kind of parade around and enforce the idea that this character is famous. Everyone loves this character. But anyways, Derek himself has not responded well to criticism in the past at all. And so there was a while where once the YouTube critics got a hold of it, he went off on a whole thing, like trying to illegally take people's videos down. And even at one point, like I Hate Everything, he started impersonating the lawyers of other movies or other studios that he had reviewed their movies. And he kind of quickly backed down from that after he realized that people were onto his game, and he could actually get in a lot of trouble for that. And I don't know, maybe I'll put some links in the description for places you can watch this, because everything with Your Movie Sucks and I Hate Everything is a whole drama saga, and it is extremely funny and stupid. But I feel like it was like during COVID and beyond that he really went off the deep end. Like, he's produced a lot of Cool Cat stuff on his own, where he has started playing the Cool Cat character himself, because he hosts something called the 420 Awards, which are basically his own awards show meant to parallel the Oscars. I think it comes on like at around the same time. And I'm pretty sure the first couple of years he was doing this, it pretty much just exists as a vehicle to award himself and the Cool Cat property a bunch of awards. And then later on he started more looking at other stuff. And my understanding for what happened is he had asked the original voice actor and physical actor to play Cool Cat at the 420 Awards and sort of host it. And apparently his objection was like, Daddy Derek, you want like this children's character to host like a weed-themed awards show? Like, isn't that kind of weird? And I think that was kind of the last straw in a series of transgressions that kind of led him to lead the character. Ever since then, it's been Derek Savage in the suit and doing the voice, and if you know the original, it is genuinely disturbing to watch. And it's probably pretty disturbing to begin with, because he sounds like he's chewing on something under the mask. His movements are all weird. Like, it very much looks like there's a middle-aged man just kind of trundling around in this big mascot suit. It honestly feels like he's some ghoul who killed Cool Cat and is now wearing his skin, just kind of parading him around. The weirdest part, though, was a couple months back, I saw it streaming on Tubi, and I decided to show it to some friends. And we got a few minutes in, and I was like, okay, these graphics weren't here before. And then Cool Cat came out of the house and started speaking, and I realized, oh my god, Derek Savage dubbed over the original actor. And that's why they call this the director's cut. So I don't know if you even can watch the original anymore. I had to find a torrent. And it's weird to say that because it's his franchise to begin with, but, like, And it's not like it was anything special before, but you really miss the old actor once he's gone. I still remember this weird video he put out during COVID where he, like... It was a video of just him out in the hills in... I don't know if he's in California or New Mexico or what, but he's just out in the desert, and he has a shotgun, and he's shooting at what he calls coronavirus balls, and it's just these graphical illustrations of COVID cells just kind of floating around and him firing shots at them. I honestly thought we're going to hear about this guy in the news soon, but thankfully that didn't really come to pass. I know he put out one video, like, he does a lot of things with the Cool Cat character, like smaller videos that aren't sold on DVD, and there was one that was about COVID safety, and it was, talking about, like, how you can wash your hands and don't touch your face and all that stuff. And it's bizarre because he has these two little girls singing Happy Birthday while washing their hands in a sink, but it's one of those sinks with the two basins, and the faucet is just over the middle, and the water is coming down into the wall between the two basins. Every aspect of it is like it's directed by David Lynch, and it's even weirder knowing that it's not meant to be weird or funny. Right, we have mostly cleaned this office up. Talking about Cool Cat has kind of proven to be my Walkman in this moment. I was dreading cleaning this all up, and it just flew by. I'm not doing it justice. Like, look into this. Look at YMS's video on the topic. Look at all of I Hate Everything stuff. It's insane. Especially his whole, like, copyright saga. Like, this guy posted, like, his Osama bin Laden, like, cave videos where he's, like, sitting in front of a desk and, like, pounding his fist and, like, threatening all the people who are negatively reviewing it and how they're gonna go to jail and have their YouTube channels deleted. All while completely misrepresenting what copyright law actually is. Oh, right, I had completely forgotten about you. Sorry, I did leave you alone in the end. Hang on, let me go get the power washer. Where did I leave it? Did I bring it in? There it is. Okay, right this way. There's a lot of things I still have not gained access to, unless, wait. No, we can't open the back of this container. I'm legitimately baffled by this. Anyway, this should all just melt away now. There we go. Oh, it really sort of does. Yep. Okay, now I think I see the difference that this thing makes. Even if we don't get all of it in one pass, we can just kind of finish up the rest with the mop. I want to make sure we have enough left that we can get this stuff over here, even if the ozonator didn't necessarily reach it. Yeah, see, this is not melting away nearly as readily, so it does actually make a pretty substantial difference. I think we're going to have to stack stuff up to get up here. What am I, playing the Upturned again? I honestly have no idea if you're going to see this before or after that series comes out. Can I stand on top of you? I can. Yeah. Well, we can open that. Is there any reason to get in here? Wow. And unfortunately, it's not in a position where I can drive it out of here. We already saw what happens to people who try that. What were all these things? The lights. Ooh, we can check inside these lockers. Okay, I guess I'm not meant to speak to you. I'm not meant to look at you. So maybe we'll just forget we saw anything, huh? What we are going to need ultimately, and here is another space here, is that yellow key card. That's what we really need. So if we can find that, then we can activate the crane and get all this stuff moving again. Meanwhile, you can get a move on. There's also a couple of bags that have dropped down here, some big ones too. Yep. That is so creepy how I can just hear that thing echoing throughout the warehouse now. Anything here? Can't access these lockers. These lockers are 3D. Thank you. Oh, it was right over here. I didn't even see it.
One more to the collection.
That's for the elevator, though. Alright, we can use it, but we'll have to turn a couple of things off. If we go... wait. If we go this way, we can gain access. Where was it? It was... here? Okay. We're going to power down the conveyors. We don't need those right now. Put in you. And turn you on.
Reinforcements arrived.
Doesn't look like they got very far, though. And now we're gonna have to send you on your way. Issue is, now without these belts moving, I'll have to toss you down. Please fall more down than that. Problem is, I'm trying to avoid catching you on that beam, too. That's really, really funny. Imagine if you had gone right down into the hole. This place is just haunted by a little Japanese ghost girl now. We should actually be able to call you from a lower level. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get you working. Let's send you to your final resting place. Right. Close enough. Well, that's 10 out of 13. And you are gonna come with us. Hopefully there's somewhere else we can fill things up from. I mean, upstairs. In the meantime, we should be able to call you. We can bring you down to any level. And up we go. And it is so crazy how many different systems are actually working here. And how it's all repackaged in the context of cleaning. I do have to wonder, in this game's sense of humor and the way its Easter eggs work, if there was some inspiration from Infra. Ooh. Is this the manager's office? Johann Abrams, 45 years old. Drug addict, gambler, lost his company in a bet. Wife and kids don't know, struggle with money. Johnny Bravado, 33 years old. Dropout, student loans, stress sick, unpaid medical bills. In other words, they kept dirt on people, things they could use against them. Okay, all of you with me. I guess they appreciated the finer things in life. Unfortunately, it seems like after a while, that detached attitude towards the workers came back to bite them. And I can't honestly say I'm not feeling a little bit of solidarity there. Well, I guess that probably doesn't mean much to them, considering I'm picking up their corpses now. But I'm at least acknowledging, you know? And isn't that what counts? 300, 300.
I don't know how long workers will manage without a raise. They're pissed. You can't even pay rent when most of their payment is used to pay off the debts they have.
Ungrateful bastards. If not for me, they will already be dead. They aren't even in a position to negotiate. Keep them on a tight leash.
Look where that neglect got you.
I mean, he sees this as putting down a rebellion from within his own ranks, but it is his ranks. He may see them as enemies that he's destroying, but, well, it only makes him weaker. I can't say it enough. We've got 3 chairs that need to go back. Not really any blood in this room. Hopefully you were the one that got to the elevator and not much farther. There we go. What all these places have to do with what's going on here? Locations you ship to, maybe?
I need to clear the way first.
Oh no. Okay, this needs to be out of the way. There we go. And now it can go back. What else? Oh. There's some Mozart. I might have to mute this as well. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Oh, it's been so long since I've had to do some drawer searching. Why is that one in particular not wanting to open? Look at that. Now you can reprimand a trio of plucky workers at a time for their shenanigans. And, I guess, threaten their families. So that's this room done. Whoa, wait. Power washer, you're coming with me? Issue is, we still don't have the means to operate the crane. Well, let's clean what we can. Does that not count? I guess not. But we do have the ladder. Good thing everything's indestructible. Got our work cut out for us. So, there's 3 bodies remaining. There's 1, there's 2. Thankfully, there's a faucet right here, which makes this tremendously easier. We're still missing 1 corpse. $100 baggie. Ein Wusch, ein Ende. I think. Hang on. Doesn't seem copyrighted, so let's put it on. So, this was the party container, huh? Look at that. You guys had some decent hardware. Maybe you plucked it right from out of the crates. Oh, here's body number 3. Okay, so no secrets as far as that goes. Why does it always go back to this one?
Seems like they had it all perfectly planned.
I can't help you like
Motherfuckers. They chose death the moment they decided to go against me.
Well, that's getting pretty far, considering Tyler and his girlfriend apparently chose death without going against you. Boss, should we bring anything today? No. Everything is on site. What time do we start the party? Can't we start early? Work. You'll hear the DJ. So please, no headphones. That's right. You guys armed up, bided your time. And he says, remember, no headphones.
Last one.
Yep. So now we gotta do a little bit of a juggle. But actually, no, we really don't. Because we kind of have everything we need right here. Let's get all this. Or, yeah, we actually should, because we're going to have a lot of garbage bags. We have several bodies that we need to get rid of. So it's easy in some ways, but life will be a lot easier once we remove the obstruction. So let's see how we can go about this. Actually, yeah, I bet if we lift this, then we can walk across it and get to that last body, right? Turn this on. Well, right after we put in the access card. There we go. And that's all good. I'm a little confused on how this is going to work. Like, I don't know. The magnet will probably drop that crate when we turn the power off, right? So we need to do all this before we start everything moving again. I'm certainly not turning the lights off, although we do have that option.
A toy for big boys.
Ah, there we go. We actually do have to operate it this way. Grab it with the magnet and pull it on up. That did the opposite of what I wanted. Down there. Grab. There we go. Now it's moving you. So if we bring you to about that level, now we can quite easily do what we need to. God, this level is so cool. Let's just get that ickiness off the side there. Perfect opportunity. Well, it's having some weird edge issues. Oh! Oh, now I gotta get back up there. Good thing my ankles are indestructible. This is kind of the first level where we've had an opportunity to find that out. I've long been curious about what would happen if there was fall damage. Yeah, I hear you. It's been haunting me this entire time. If we bring you back down, then we can do more stuff. So you're the one who started the party.
Standing almighty above them all. Seems to be their leader.
Okay. Well, now you're just another one. And this must be where it was all planned.
Managed to connect the faintest of threads. I wonder if he told anybody about it.
If he had, I would have known about it by now. But still, this place is burnt. Too many people snooping around.
They knew about us as well. That very same photo is in our garage. That's terrifying. And these are the people we should arguably be rooting for. Okay. Well, this place may be burned, but we can at least stop it from connecting to anything else. That's the thing, is we do have a stake in this as well. We are a loyal fixer for Big Jim. I don't think anybody would be able to buy the argument that we had to, because honestly, we didn't. This all started because we committed a crime. We're going away for a long time, even in the most charitable interpretation of our actions. Those are both no good. Wow, I need a bucket here. This has all got to be done now before we drop the container again. If there's one takeaway I'm getting from this, though, it is the fact that Big Jim is down a whole bunch of enforcers. And that should not be taken lightly. The window is opening, and we just gotta hope that whoever ends up replacing him, because there will be a power vacuum if he's gone, presumably. Whoever replaces him doesn't find his Rolodex, and with it, our number. I mean, imagine the best comes to pass. He's actually removed. And then the person who did it comes calling. Okay. We have got 3 bodies here. And they all need to be placed on the belt. Is there a convenient way we can do it from here? There is. Yep. That is not the belt. We're going to keep trying from the same location, because I really do believe in the power of perseverance. So you go that way. There we go. See, he gets it. And you... this way. There you go. Those guys get it. Be more like them. It's an important team-building exercise, really. We can take this and bring it here. Sure. That was fluent Japanese we just heard. It's this stuff around the sides. It's really difficult. Ooh, look. Look, look, look. I haven't really been keeping count of the ratio of workers to enforcers. Enforcers clearly won, but it seems like the workers got a fair few. No way. This has to lead to that loot room that we saw back in the packaging room. $700. I had lamented the fact that we couldn't loot that thing from the museum, and now we have it. Or at least something just like it. Whatever, this place is no stranger to reproductions. Alright, we'll finish our work here, and then we'll go see what we get to take for ourselves. I mean, it's like Big Jim said, this place is burned, and now with no workers, you can't safely stash this stuff anywhere. You're just gonna have to say goodbye to the merchandise. In fact, you shouldn't even check what's here and what isn't. I'm like a kid on Christmas.
Diversity, like in a British museum.
Oh, yeah. Are you sure we can't take this thing? $700, $700, 300, 300? 700, 100, 100? This stuff's got to be worth a lot more than that if these are genuine artifacts, right? By the way, we are making out like bandits. $50? Really? That's all? I'm very much aware of the fact that we have not found any secrets yet, unless these rooms count as secrets. $300. And a tape. Celestial Empire. Hey, we just got the achievement, Jukebox Hero, find all music cassettes, which means this is probably the end of the road. I'm sad to see this game go. Oh yeah, this is a Zen track. I'm hoping I don't do much EQ on this video so you can actually hear it. Now we're basically just breaking boxes. Would it be more efficient to use the axe? Not really. It's a bit slower.
Fragile content, fragile box.
Oh, you're done? That's good. Because I am still far from it. I want everything out of here by the time it's done to turn off the crane. That's all garbage bags, all bodies, all blood, all everything. And as soon as we do, everything will start getting pushed down the line. That's cool. It adds a level of strategic thinking to this part. You want to get things ready before you're ready to use them. Once more, interesting physics on some portions of these boxes. It's going to be more interesting to figure out how many bags we're going to need to be together. I asked before, just how many of these bags can we have? Is there an upper limit? I think we're gonna find out if we don't put these things together the way we should. Are you sure we can't stage our final rebellion against Big Jim using this katana we found? Because I really feel like it's a waste to just discard that plot element, that important plot element. Oop. Copyright again. That's an annoying thing about classical music, is that even if a song is in the public domain and therefore you should be able to use it, a performance can still be copyrighted. The issue is, a performance of a given song will sound a lot like, well, any version of that song, and so it doesn't even have to be that performance for it to be picked up by Content ID. Nope, that's not all of it. Still a little bit more. Put you guys together. And you guys, and that's all the trash. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags, and some of those are doubles. A tremendous amount. So we're gonna do the same thing as with the bodies. We're gonna start tossing them down onto the conveyor, and we'll sort them out once they've all been dumped on top of the truck. Some of these will make it, some of them won't. It hardly matters. Yep. It might actually get harder as they start bouncing off of each other. Down. Also, I'm pretty committed to showing, like, most of the cleaning process because, you know, the tedium is kind of the point, and presumably the reason you guys watch these videos is because there is a zen in just kind of watching it go. It's not all just for the commentary. Yep. There we go, just kind of rolling off of everything else. And now, let's start with you. There's like a weird hazy effect that gets applied to everything in the vicinity of the ozonator. Maybe it's a bug, or maybe it's just a way to visually indicate what's going on. Can't get too much farther. We're right at the end of the line. There we go. Just enough space. Yep. This way. There are some shoe prints on the ground here that we'll want to take care of. I mean, there's a lot of blood in this warehouse, but the shoe prints are the most important because they might be my shoe prints. Although, now there's a thought. Imagine finding only the bloody shoe prints. No blood from anyone else, no bodies. Just those. I'm actually not sure. Are shoe prints one of those fields of forensics that's just been completely thrown out at this point? I mean, I know bite marks are largely not used anymore. Blood spatter has pretty much completely gone out the window. So many things that just leave, like, too many variables, too many unknowns to really be useful in determining guilt. I took a forensics class in high school, and I graduated 12 years ago, but even then, there was talk of, like, yeah, a lot of this stuff is probably not going to be a thing for much longer. Because even then, there was a lot of debate. There you go. And there you go. There's still blood around, and it's all up there. You know what? I think the mop can handle it, rather than lugging all this stuff around. I'm a very big fan of how you just kind of stick onto the ladder in this. I mean, first-person games are kind of infamous for being bad about ladders. This one, it's one of the better handlings I've seen. That's the wall. Might actually be faster to just use sponges at this rate. There we go. Upgraded sponges are actually really good for clearing a wide area. They can't hold much, but they get, like, everything. So that's all the blood. We're still missing some evidence. Still missing some evidence, but what? We can open this crate. Look. Are you sure we can't take any of this stuff with us? Because Big Jim will not notice.
Now I'm certain about who is responsible for Tammy's disappearance. Every day that I work for this scumbag makes me sick to my stomach. But I have to endure it for now. That arrogant piece of trash promoted me, so he must trust me on some level. He's weak now and won't see what's coming. Big Jim, you will pay for what you did to my daughter.
Their leader wanted a revenge for murdering his daughter. You've made yourself some enemies.
Higher person, treat him well. And look what it got me. Leave all the evidence in the office before you go. I need to take a closer look at it myself.
Will do.
If only we had met a little sooner and under different circumstances, huh? Anyway, let's put all this, nope, put all this away and get those conveyor belts moving again. We'll make sure that this is on this side of the crane first. So we had that one dude that fell off, yeah. Yep. Yep. There you go. And there this is. We're definitely going to have to do some correction. There's a lot that's going to be falling down there. But I think we've gotten ourselves into a pretty favorable position to start all this. Just be careful not to knock over any of these things. Watching out for anything we may have missed. We have not discovered any secrets yet as far as I can tell. Okay. Crane off. Down you go. Elevator can be off. And now conveyor and hatches. No. Hatches. Well, there goes the last of the bodies, I suppose. Let's watch it happen. God, this is beyond morbid, but still weirdly satisfying. They were sick of being treated like factory-farmed cattle, and now that's precisely how they're being treated. Oh, down here on the ground floor, there's still something that needs to be moved back into place. And I bet it's that fire extinguisher. There we go, we found it. Yep, figures that this would be the last thing standing. Boom. Location clear. Now. Yep. All the bodies are away. We just need to put some garbage bags in. I really hope this doesn't run out. Okay, it's just kind of doing like a little bump. We did completely fill it up, though. We got an entire warehouse in the back if you count all those broken down crates. And 13 bodies and thousands of dollars in stolen merchandise. But you know what? I think we can afford to leave our brake light out as we go. Now the question is, what else is there to steal? What else is there to find? Still some garbage bags out on the floor. So we'll send you down. Where's the rest? One here. And there's one elsewhere still. Where? Up there. I should have known. The one that I left on the elevator. Alright. Get over here, you. I turned off the conveyor belt to get at you, but it hardly matters at this point. You're coming with me. You said you need to go over this stuff, all this evidence. Once more, I am contained within that evidence. I don't like that. I've seen how you think. I've seen... And you are legitimately under attack. What happens when you decide that I'm the common denominator? Even if I haven't done anything, I feel like I'm delivering my own doom to you.
They got a lot of dirt on you, didn't they?
The truth is, everyone really wants a piece of Big Jim for themselves.
Sweeping everything under the rug can only get you so far, Jimmy.
Look who's talking. Oh, believe me, I can get me quite far.
So, I guess it's not your first time.
You see, one should know when the place becomes too hot. And this right here, it's scorching. That's when you move somewhere else. Maybe it's time for a little vacation.
Now, to hope that he actually means it.
Okay, I expected your downfall. I was worried that you'd do something to me before then. If anything, that's even worse. We'll have to live never knowing if you'll come back. And if you do, you'll know just where to find me. We've got the whole place to ourselves, and at this point, it's just an Easter egg hunt. And with all this stuff around, I would guess that if there is anything to be found, it's hiding in the complexity. Because you would think I would have stumbled onto something even just by accident. There's so many places I can jump to. So many pipes and walkways and everything. Something over here. That's another $300. I think we probably have hit 10,000 in stolen goods now. I hate to resort to this, but I am really looking for anything I can. Boom. Hello, this looks deliberately stacked. Yeah, definitely. No, 100%. 100% we're meant to find this. There could be something over here. Yes. Look, you had your own little hangout spot. You can't tell me this game isn't at least partly infra-inspired. Dark Illusions. This one was an intellectual. You can climb up here, too. Thank you. And, oh, this could have been a shortcut that led straight up to here. Alright. So that's one secret. Yeah, the movement of the hands indicates that we are not actually supposed to be walking around up here. That is not an Easter egg. Anything else? Oh, hey, wait. That's just a roll of cash right here. To me, it just blended in with the paper. Alrighty then. Well, we've definitely got over the 10,000 mark now. May even be over 11,000. There's gotta be something else. Now that I think about it, I think we got a secret thing when we went through the vent, which was hardly a secret. I thought I had to do that. There's still something missing, I bet. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm still looking at this because I was looking at it earlier when I was cleaning here, and it definitely feels like there's some way to do this. Like, look at that. You can't tell me You can't tell me that it's not deliberately drawing attention. So wait, if I can... Problem is I'm worried about making a mess of some of these physics objects. Onto the... Come on, onto the thing. Or onto here. Just pick a thing and get on it. Oh my god. No, come on. Come on, thank you. Oh, it had an automatic unstuck. That's good. That is so good. Didn't we have... Wait. Oh, wait. Is it an additional stepladder? There we go. Could use that. No gap, please. Sure, fine. Actually, being diagonal like that might be the best thing. Well, I guess stuff like that does just get caught in the ductwork if it's just left about like that. $100 bills are like dust in this world. Yep. And yep. Here we go. Unfortunately, we are going to have to take these vent pieces out. Okay, just put it away. Fine.
Time for a bag swap.
This is going to be so annoying. Thank you. Did I just find a secret gaming room? There we go. Wait, looking out my back door, find Zach's secret room. Is this like a developer or something? Well, I guess we've been rewarded. We found... Look at that, meta-acknowledgement. Creativity is an art of hiding the influence. There we go. Well, you haven't done anything to hide the infra-influence. Give me that. Okay, I think we're probably good at this point. Now, we need to take you with us for a perfect score. And because we've disabled the hatches, we're going to have to carry you all the way down to the basement. But you know what? We are leaving on terms where Big Jim is out of the way and thus won't be contacting me for more jobs, hopefully. And I guess we're leaving on good terms, which means we won't have to worry about him coming to get me. Then again, I'm thinking about that like a reasonable person. He is not a reasonable person. So let's hope for a good outcome. Elena comes home soon.
Try not to get yourself caught, Kowalski. The underworld will always have a place for a good crime scene cleaner.
We'll see about that.
Perfection as always. Wow, over 12,000 in stolen items. Just shy of 30 grand for this one job. That's a little more than that one medical bill cost. I'm looking at the crazy money for the work we put in, and it probably legitimately isn't enough. It just helps a lot. I was wondering if there would be like a corrupting influence, like we realize how much we can truly get out of this after a lifetime of nothing, and it really is just enough to help pay for the bills. 5 secrets. Okay, I must have missed the notification on some of those. But I guess we got them. And with that, I guess we're done. I guess things really did work out for us. In a way, because things worked for us because we just kind of waited Big Jim out. Stayed on his good side until his downfall was complete and he had to get out of Dodge, but that wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for somebody else in much our same position giving up everything to make it happen, and even though he wasn't successful, he did enough. This game was really, really great, and it leaves it open enough that you could continue it, and I think the developers have expressed interest in continuing it, either through DLCs or a sequel, but it ended in a way where it doesn't need to do that. I think it's really cool how it was able to integrate the gameplay and the story in a way where they're not in each other's way, but they do complement each other, and each makes the other more satisfying just from being adjacent to each other. I don't know, it gives an important amount of context to the work, even while the work itself is satisfying. But it is the story and characters that elevate it from just being another game like this or a cleanup detail, which I've always thought was empty in a bad way, in a way where like something is missing from it. And I think this game kind of fills that gap in a nice way. Because it's all very contemplative. You could always just put on your music or watch something on another screen, but if you don't, if you choose to completely engage with this by itself, it's all set up so that you'll be thinking about your situation and the scenarios that you find yourself in as you go. There's the cast. Wait, Fanatic Mother, Mark's wife. This was a tremendous amount of fun, and in my opinion, it probably is the best in the genre, at least as far as my tastes go. There's so much exploration, so much reward for really poking around. Funny thing is, I never really expected this to be a series, but you guys just liked it so much, and honestly, I liked it so much that it was really great to just come back and kill some time whenever there was a gap in my schedule, which I think is exactly what a game like this is for. It's the kind of thing that you put on when you're just in a Discord call or you're looking to kill some time. Oh, there is more. Best ad ever, we sure are.
Good evening. In a significant development, notorious gangster Big Jim, real name James O'Connor, was arrested last night after a high-speed chase for reckless drunk driving. Authorities have long suspected Big Jim of running money laundering operations from his warehouses and being involved in multiple murders, but he has evaded justice for years due to lack of evidence. His dramatic capture has renewed hope for law enforcement, who believe this could be a major breakthrough in their fight against organised crime. Police are urging anyone with additional information to come forward.
But we won't. 'Cause the important thing is, he's out of our hair now. And hey, we're back! Has anything changed, or... Well, the storm is gone at least. Dexter? Oh, there you are.
Sorry, Dexter, but it's no time for a walk.
I love how it leaves it open-ended. I mean, Big Jim assures us there's always going to be an opening for a cleaner. And maybe after getting some taste of respect, even if we only want it out, would we be compelled to keep going? In the meantime, though, I think it's just a good time to be thankful for what we have. We've restored our home, we've got our daughter back soon, we've still got our best buddy.
Dexter. Ladies are more into good boys.
That's right. And we can just kind of enjoy this peaceful little moment until the next job rolls in. But until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.